by the way, guys, just to touch on something I missed back in the previous episode. There's actually one more boop technique that I completely forgot to touch on, and let me show you right now. This is pretty good for Koshai. Actually, this is probably only used for Koshai, but this boop technique is pretty niche, but I'll show it to you anyways. So, I will show you the light, jump, heavy, heavy. This is really good for booping Koshai because you can ensure that when you heavy heavy, any of those punches that you hit Koshai with will boop it. It's very good for this trial, but I also recommend trying out doing a full heavy combo and anticipating the last two hits of the heavy combo on booping Koshai, because it's actually a lot better, in my honest opinion. Anyways, guys, let's continue on to the video. Woo. Anyways,
it's a sign. It's a
okay.
fucking
So let's go over.
okay.
So I will be going over 3 topics, okay? 3 topics.
Ooh, uno, dos, tres. Oh,
There's going to be distance coverage first,
okay.
combo optimization, and
Mhm.
positioning. All 3 of which are super advanced. It's going to make you a legendary strikers player if you practice it
Oh,
enough. Yes. See?
cool.
See? Okay.
Okay.
So, there are a few types of distance coverage that I would like to show you, and there's going to be a reason why I don't bring up the surge until later, but
Cool.
I'll show you what I mean. And Juani McCruspo over here can do his own
Oh
chain blades
yes.
flipperoni. So the first distance coverage techniques I will be showing will be revolving around dodging and then doing a combo or like the start of a combo right after the dodge and not doing what
Yeah.
this guy is doing. First off, let's cover distance coverage with
Mhm.
the roll light. The reason that's good distance coverage is because it gives you a start to your light combo immediately,
Oh,
right after right after the roll. And it covers quite a good
right.
distance when you end the dodge and when you start with a light. It's quite a good amount.
Cool.
It's like a small to medium distance coverage technique.
Mhm.
Secondly, I'd like to go over my personal favorite way to cover distance in almost every scenario is the roll heavy. The roll heavy
Cool.
covers a lot of distance, especially when you end your
Okay.
heavy combo. You should be only covering this much distance if you're keeping up with the behemoth well. But of course, there's always going to be times where the behemoth goes super far away, and you're
Special
going to need to
cases.
figure out how to make that distance without having to walk or run that much. And that's when I'll bring up surging. As you can see, surge can be treated as a distance coverage technique, but I only use distance coverage for surge when, like I said, the beam is really far away. So, if Koshai were to go across the map, if you think about roll heavying and you know that you won't make it, build up a mantra off the thorns, a quick light. Surge, Tempest Form, Surge, and then roll heavy to cover as much distance as you possibly can, while
Oh,
not wasting time walking or running. And I personally find that the best way to cover distance, but if you're forced to run or walk, I can't blame you. That means the behemoth has to be really far away, so you can't
yeah.
really help it. In most cases, though, you can cover the distance with, like I said, a roll light, or if
Oh.
he's medium to technically far, a roll heavy. And you should be able to make it. And let me show you what I
Woo.
mean a little bit more
Okay.
when I hit
Okay.
the dummy. From this distance here, you can hit the last of the roll heavy. And of course, hitting the last of your
Oh.
combos is what matters.
Yeah.
So if you need to cover distance and you know the behemoth is right there, feel free to roll heavy. You'll be able to make it, and you got to start off on your heavy combo.
Cool.
Roll light, though,
Woo.
requires you to be a little bit closer, like right about here. And rolling light will give you, sorry, light combo. It's very nice.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So now that essentially covers distance coverage. Now I will go into another advanced technique or advanced teaching slash concept called combo optimization. It all connects, by the way. Just saying. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay, Chief. Okay.
So When covering distance, what matters is that your last hit of your combo connects, right?
Hmm.
When you do a roll heavy, you get your heavy combo immediately, and you cover distance.
Yeah.
But then, in order to fulfill all three mantras, you're going to have to fill out the last two bars. Funnily enough, there is an optimized way to do this to ensure that you connect every single, or have a higher chance to connect all three without having to
Hmm.
miss one combo. And that's by doing this. After you cover distance, and you do one full cover distance combo,
Hmm.
do your light, light, light right after.
Right. You didn't
When you
see
do
that.
light, light, light right after, you ensure that your last combo that you're doing will be, in a sense, a distance coverage combo.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, if you were to lead with light, heavy, heavy, for example, it's best to start with light, light, light for your
Oops.
second bar because light, light, light will ensure, like, right, you're going to be right next to the behemoth. So might as well do light, light, light. But then after
Yeah.
that, you can't be entirely sure how fast this behemoth is. So after you do your light, 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 end with your heavy,
Hmm.
heavy, heavy. And like I said in the beginning of this video, heavy, heavy, heavy covers quite a lot of distance. So if the behemoth were to wiggle around or make a little bit of distance between you and it, the heavy, heavy, heavy combo at the end of your mantra sequence will ensure that you get the last mantra to do your clap or bolt.
Hmm.
Doing heavy, 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 though, as a start is still viable, considering that after you do your light, 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 and you do your light, heavy, heavy as the ending combo. The
Yeah.
light, heavy,
Okay.
heavy does cover quite a good amount of distance. It covers like about a few steps. And that should be enough to hit the last portion of the light, 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 heavy, heavy, as in the last punch
Hmm.
of the heavy flurry. And that's what matters. As long as you get the mantra and go for the
Gotcha.
clap, you'll be able to
Mm.
perform optimally. But like I said, after doing every single distance coverage technique, it's best to go light, light, light. So there's actually another distance coverage technique that isn't exactly the most optimal when you use it for get distance coverage, right?
Hmm.
But if you do find yourself having it, then it's best to start off with light, light, light after this. So when you get your Karma Breaker, get Karma
Hmm.
Breaker,
Yeah.
and once you do, doing light, light, light after Karma Breaker is actually the most optimal way to go about building up towards your clap or bolt.
Okay. Mm.
It connects directly to doing light, light, light after your roll heavy and or roll light and
Hmm.
whatnot. And funnily enough, doing light, light, light after your Karma Raker ensures that you pull off a quicker clap or bolt than going heavy, heavy immediately afterwards. So
Yeah.
let me explain a little bit more. If you were to Karma Raker and begin with heavy,
Hmm.
heavy, heavy as the combo immediately after it, you will have a slower clap, or you will build up a clap slower than if you were to actually start with light, light, light.
Oh.
So if you were to get Karma Breaker and go light, light, light afterwards, like I do here,
Hmm.
this is much faster than starting out with a heavy, heavy, heavy after Karma Breaker, is what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Mm. Speed.
Now, now that we covered essentially the basis of combo optimization and ensuring that after every distance coverage attack, you start off with a light, 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 right? So after heavy, 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 you start with light, 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 or light, heavy, heavy.
Hmm.
You do light, 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 then ending with a combo that covers distance to ensure that you get the last mantra. Now we go to repositioning, and that is where I will touch on the art of the surge. Quick note, by the way, in terms of distance coverage, keep in mind that the combo sequence of distance coverage move, light, 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 and distance coverage move at the end isn't a 100% surefire way to keep up with a fight. It has a high chance of doing so, but if need be, if you were to find yourself already right next to the behemoth, you could logically counter by saying starting with a light, light, light would actually benefit you more. And going through the normal combo sequence of light, light, light being first, light, heavy, heavy being second, and heavy, 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 heavy being third, you could actually, there will be many instances where you can apply that combo sequence and have it be more optimal than, for example, a light, heavy, heavy, light, 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 and a heavy, heavy, heavy. It's all entirely dependent on the type of behemoth, the fight, and your instinctual response based on the given situations that the game gives you. Hey guys, since the video is about to extend beyond the normal 9-minute mark, I'd actually like to make repositioning as well as the examples that shows combo optimization and distance coverage in my next video. But don't you worry, I will be sending both at pretty much the same time, so expect to have a cool combo when the first video premieres.